Have you noticed that getting up from a chair feels harder than it used to? Are your legs cramping at night or feeling weaker during the day? What if I told you that these seemingly minor leg problems could be early warning signs of life-threatening conditions that claim thousands of senior lives every year? Today, you're going to discover 7 critical warning signs in your legs that demand immediate attention, and I'll show you simple actions you can take right now to protect yourself. One of these signs is so commonly ignored that doctors call it the silent predictor of sudden cardiac events, and you'll learn exactly what it is in just a few minutes. Janet, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Phoenix, ignored persistent cramping in her calves for nearly 4 months, thinking it was just part of getting older. During a routine checkup, her doctor discovered severe blockages in her leg arteries. She was less than 3 weeks away from a potentially fatal stroke. Janet's story isn't unique, and her warning signs are probably happening in your legs right now. Warning sign 1. Persistent leg cramps and nighttime muscle pain. If you're waking up at night with painful leg cramps that make you jump out of bed, or if you're experiencing muscle pain in your calves when you walk, your body is sending you an urgent distress signal that you cannot afford to ignore. These aren't just ordinary cramps from dehydration or overexertion. They could be symptoms of peripheral artery disease, a condition where your arteries become narrowed and can't deliver enough blood to your legs. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that peripheral artery disease affects 1 in every 5 Americans over 60, and many don't even know they have it until serious complications develop. The danger isn't just in your legs. When your leg arteries are blocked, there's a very high chance your heart arteries are blocked too. The pain pattern is distinctive and tells you exactly what's happening inside your body. Cramping that occurs during physical activity and goes away with rest is called claudication, and it's your muscles literally crying out for oxygen because blocked arteries can't deliver enough blood. Kenneth, a 72-year-old from Minneapolis, experienced calf pain every time he walked to his mailbox, but dismissed it as muscle weakness. Within 6 months, he suffered a heart attack. His leg pain was predicting his heart problems all along. This isn't coincidence. According to Johns Hopkins researchers, people with peripheral artery disease have a 400% higher risk of heart attack compared to those without it. Your leg cramps are basically your body's alarm system going off, warning you that your entire circulatory system is in danger. What makes this even more critical is that most people make the same fatal mistake Kenneth almost made. They reduce their activity to avoid the pain instead of seeking medical help. When you stop walking because your legs hurt, you're actually making the problem worse because your muscles need movement to build new blood vessel pathways around the blockages. The solution is counterintuitive but proven effective by cardiovascular specialists at Cleveland Clinic. Start walking for just 10 minutes after each meal, even if it causes mild discomfort, because this stimulates your body to create collateral circulation. Elevate your legs for 15 minutes twice daily to improve blood return to your heart, and never ignore cramping that wakes you at night. That's a red flag demanding immediate medical evaluation. Check your legs tonight before bed, and if you've had more than 3 nighttime cramps in the past 2 weeks, call your doctor first thing tomorrow morning. Don't wait for the pain to get worse, or for a cardiac event to force you into the emergency room. Act right now while you still have time to prevent irreversible damage. Warning sign 2. Unexplained swelling in your legs or ankles. When you press your finger into your ankle and it leaves an indent that stays there for more than a few seconds, you're witnessing visible proof that fluid is accumulating where it shouldn't be. And this swelling could be your heart's way of telling you it's failing. Leg edema isn't just uncomfortable or unsightly. It's often the first visible sign of congestive heart failure, a condition where your heart can't pump blood effectively enough to keep fluid from backing up into your tissues. According to cardiologists at Johns Hopkins, unexplained leg swelling is one of the earliest detectable symptoms of heart failure, often appearing months before shortness of breath or chest discomfort. The frightening truth is that half of people diagnosed with heart failure don't survive beyond 5 years, but early detection through leg swelling gives you a critical window to take action. The swelling happens because your weakening heart can't maintain the pressure needed to keep blood moving forward through your circulatory system, so fluid leaks out of your blood vessels and pools in your legs. Gravity does the rest. Beverly, a 69-year-old from Sacramento, noticed her shoes felt tight by afternoon and saw her ankles looking puffy, but she blamed it on sitting too much. When she finally mentioned it to her doctor during a checkup for something else entirely, testing revealed her heart was functioning at only 40% capacity. She was in early-stage heart failure and didn't even know it. Thanks to catching it through her leg swelling, Beverly got treatment before her condition became life-threatening. Harvard Medical School researchers emphasize that monitoring your legs daily is actually one of the most effective ways to catch heart problems early, because your legs show symptoms before more dangerous complications develop. Your action plan is simple, but must become part of your daily routine, starting immediately. Every morning when you wake up, press your thumb firmly into both ankles for 5 seconds and watch how quickly the indent disappears. If it takes more than 3 seconds, you need medical evaluation. Measure the circumference of both ankles at the same spot each morning and write it down, because sudden increases of more than ½ an inch in a week signal fluid retention that needs immediate attention. Reduce your salt intake drastically. That means reading labels and avoiding processed foods, because excess sodium makes your body hold on to fluid. Drink 8 full glasses of water daily, which seems backward, but actually helps your kidneys flush out excess fluid more efficiently. Look at your ankles right now and do the press test. If you see that indent lasting, don't convince yourself it's nothing. Call your doctor today, because early intervention can add years to your life, but ignoring swelling can take years away. Warning. Sign. 3. Constantly cold feet and toes. If your feet feel like ice blocks even when you're wearing warm socks in a heated room, you're experiencing poor circulation that could eventually cost you your toes or even your feet through amputation. Cold extremities aren't just uncomfortable. They're a clear sign that blood isn't reaching your feet adequately, which means your tissues aren't getting the oxygen and nutrients they need to survive. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that persistently cold feet are often the first symptom of serious circulation problems linked to diabetes, peripheral artery disease, or blood clots. The progression can be devastatingly fast. What starts as cold toes can advance to tissue death in a matter of months if the underlying cause isn't addressed immediately. Temperature difference between your feet and the rest of your body is the key diagnostic clue that separates normal cold sensitivity from dangerous circulation problems. Vincent, a 71-year-old veteran from Atlanta, kept his feet cold for nearly 2 years, blaming poor heating in his home and buying thicker socks. When his wife finally convinced him to see a doctor about a small sore on his toe that wouldn't heal, testing revealed severe circulation blockage. Vincent was weeks away from needing toe amputation because his cold feet had been warning him all along, but he didn't listen. The CDC reports that over 130,000 Americans lose limbs to amputation every year due to circulation problems and diabetes. And the vast majority of these amputations could be prevented with earlier detection and simple lifestyle changes. The real danger multiplies when you can't feel temperature properly, because poor circulation often comes with nerve damage, meaning you could burn or freeze your feet without even knowing it. Never use heating pads or hot water bottles on cold feet if they also feel numb, because you can cause severe burns without feeling pain. Instead, improve circulation naturally by wearing compression socks during the day. These gently squeeze your legs to help push blood back up toward your heart and improve overall circulation. Massage your feet for 5 minutes every evening, rubbing from your toes up toward your ankles to encourage blood flow. Never sit with your legs crossed for more than 10 minutes at a time, because crossing your legs compresses blood vessels and makes circulation even worse. Touch your feet right now and compare their temperature to your hands or face. If there's a dramatic difference, that's your body begging for help. Make an appointment with your doctor this week and specifically mention the temperature difference, because simple tests can identify the cause and potentially save your feet. Warning sign 4. Shiny, tight or discolored skin on your legs. When the skin on your shins becomes unnaturally shiny, stretched tight like a drum, or develops patches of pale, reddish or bluish discoloration, you're looking at visible evidence that your arteries are struggling to deliver oxygen to your skin tissues. These skin changes aren't cosmetic issues or normal aging. They're urgent warnings of vascular disease that can lead to tissue death, non-healing wounds, and serious infections. According to research published by the CDC, skin changes on the legs are reliable early indicators of arterial insufficiency, appearing long before more dangerous complications like ulcers or gangrene develop. The shiny appearance happens because your skin is actually thinning and losing its hair follicles when it doesn't get adequate blood supply. And the discoloration shows areas where oxygen levels are critically low. Pay close attention to hair loss on your lower legs and feet, because that's another major red flag that circulation is compromised. Charlene, a 66-year-old from Denver, noticed her shin skin looked weirdly smooth and shiny, but thought she was just lucky to have less leg hair as she aged. During a routine physical, her doctor immediately recognized the signs of arterial disease and ordered vascular testing. Charlene had significant blockages that were caught early enough to treat with lifestyle changes and avoid surgery. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute warns that by the time skin changes are clearly visible, your arteries may already be 70% or more blocked, which means you're in the danger zone for complications. The color changes tell you exactly what's happening to your oxygen supply in real time. Pale or whitish patches mean blood isn't reaching that area adequately, while bluish or purplish discoloration indicates that the small amount of blood getting through is completely depleted of oxygen. Reddish or brownish patches often signal old bleeding under the skin from fragile blood vessels. You need to become a detective, examining your own legs every single week. Stand in bright, natural light or use a strong lamp and carefully inspect every inch of both legs, from your knees down to your toes, looking for any changes in color, texture, or shininess. Take photos with your phone every 2 weeks so you can compare and spot gradual changes that might not be obvious day to day. Moisturize your legs daily with a good quality lotion to keep skin healthy and better able to fight infection. But never moisturize between your toes, because trapped moisture there promotes fungal infections. If you notice any skin changes at all, photograph them and show your doctor at your next visit. Don't wait for them to get worse before seeking medical advice. Warning sign 5. Small cuts or sores that won't heal. A tiny cut on your ankle or a small blister on your toe that's still there 3 weeks later isn't just slow healing. It's a medical emergency screaming that your circulation is so poor your body can't repair even minor damage. Non-healing wounds on your legs or feet are among the most dangerous warning signs, because they quickly become infected. And infections in areas with poor blood flow can turn into gangrene requiring amputation. The American Diabetes Association reports that diabetic foot ulcers precede 85% of all lower limb amputations in America, and most of these start as minor wounds that people ignored because they didn't hurt much or seem serious. Once infection sets in with poor circulation, it spreads fast because your blood can't deliver enough white blood cells and antibiotics to fight the bacteria. Normal healing happens when blood delivers oxygen, nutrients, and immune cells to damaged tissue, but when circulation is compromised, this process stalls or stops completely. Eugene, a 68-year-old from Houston, scraped his shin on a coffee table and thought nothing of it. 5 weeks later, the small scrape was larger, oozing and painful. Testing revealed undiagnosed diabetes and severe circulation problems. Eugene spent 2 weeks in the hospital receiving intravenous antibiotics to save his leg, all because a minor wound couldn't heal properly. Cleveland Clinic vascular specialists emphasize that any wound on your legs or feet that hasn't shown significant improvement within 1 week needs immediate medical evaluation, because waiting longer dramatically increases your risk of serious complications. The challenge is that many seniors don't notice small wounds right away, especially if they have reduced sensation in their feet or difficulty bending down to examine them closely. You must inspect your feet every single day, without exception. Make it part of your routine like brushing your teeth. Use a mirror if you can't bend easily, or ask a family member to check for you. Look for any cuts, scrapes, blisters, redness, or areas that look different from the surrounding skin. If you find any wound at all, no matter how small, clean it immediately with mild soap and warm water, pat it completely dry, and apply a thin layer of antibiotic ointment. Cover it with a clean bandage and check it every single day to monitor healing progress. Mark your calendar right now and circle 5 days from today. If any wound isn't noticeably better by that date, call your doctor immediately. Don't wait for it to become infected, painful, or start oozing before you seek help, because by then you're fighting a much more serious battle. Warning sign 6. Numbness, tingling, or burning sensations in your legs or feet. That pins and needles feeling in your feet, or the sensation that you're walking on cotton or wearing thick socks when you're barefoot, isn't just annoying, it's peripheral neuropathy destroying your nerves and putting you at extreme risk for dangerous falls and unnoticed injuries. When nerves die from poor blood supply or high blood sugar, you lose the protective sensation that warns you about dangers like sharp objects, extreme temperatures, or infected wounds. The National Institute of Neurological Disorders reports that peripheral neuropathy affects up to half of all people with diabetes over age 60, and once nerve damage becomes severe, it's often permanent and irreversible. The real danger multiplies because nerve damage and poor circulation usually occur together, creating a perfect storm where you can't feel injuries that also won't heal. Nerve damage typically follows a predictable pattern, starting in your toes and gradually progressing up your feet toward your ankles and calves. Denise, a 63-year-old from Baltimore, experienced tingling in her toes at bedtime, but dismissed it as her feet falling asleep. Over 6 months, the tingling spread to her entire feet, and she began losing her balance frequently. Her doctor diagnosed diabetic neuropathy and started immediate treatment. If Denise had waited longer, the nerve damage would have become permanent. Johns Hopkins neurologists stress that early intervention within the first year of symptoms can prevent or slow further nerve death. But delays often mean irreversible damage that affects your mobility and independence for the rest of your life. Balance problems from neuropathy kill thousands of seniors every year through falls that cause broken hips, head injuries, and complications that steal independence. When you can't feel your feet properly, your brain doesn't get the sensory feedback it needs to maintain balance, making you unstable and prone to falling. Test your sensation weekly by lightly touching different spots on your feet with your fingertip. You should feel clear, immediate sensation everywhere. If any areas feel numb, less sensitive, or have that strange tingling or burning feeling, you need medical evaluation promptly. Never walk barefoot anywhere, even in your own home, because you could step on something sharp and not feel it until infection develops. Check the inside of your shoes every time before putting them on, feeling with your hand for any objects, rough spots, or worn areas that could cause blisters you wouldn't notice. If you have diabetes, keeping your blood sugar under control is absolutely critical for preventing further nerve damage. Every day of high blood sugar kills more nerves permanently. Touch your toes right now with a light brush of your finger. Can you feel it clearly? If not, that's nerve damage already happening, and you need to call your doctor this week before it gets worse and steals your balance and independence. Warning sign 7. Difficulty walking, climbing stairs, or standing from a seated position. When standing up from your favorite chair requires using your arms to push yourself up, or when climbing a flight of stairs leaves you winded and shaky, your leg weakness is revealing critical information about your heart health and overall mortality risk. Leg muscle weakness isn't just a natural part of aging that you have to accept. It's often a red flag for cardiovascular decline, chronic inflammation, or muscle wasting conditions that dramatically reduce your life expectancy and quality of life. Research from Cleveland Clinic shows that leg strength in seniors is one of the single best predictors of hospitalization and mortality within the next 5 years, with weak legs indicating problems throughout your entire body. The connection between leg strength and longevity is so strong that some doctors now consider a simple chair stand test more predictive than expensive laboratory tests. Your leg muscles are the largest muscles in your body, and they require enormous amounts of oxygen and nutrients to function properly. When your heart and circulation can't deliver adequate blood, your legs weaken first. Stanley, a 70-year-old from Seattle, noticed stairs becoming harder, but blamed old age and stopped using the second floor of his home. During a hospitalization for pneumonia, testing revealed his heart was functioning poorly and his overall fitness had declined dangerously. Stanley's doctor told him that his leg weakness had been predicting his heart problems for over a year, and if he'd sought help earlier, they could have prevented his decline. The Mayo Clinic emphasizes that maintaining leg strength through regular use is absolutely essential for healthy aging, because strong legs keep you independent, prevent falls, protect your heart, and predict longer life. The downward spiral happens fast when you stop using your legs because weakness makes movement harder, so you move less, which makes you weaker, creating a vicious cycle that ends in disability. Breaking this cycle requires immediate action before you lose more strength. Stand up from a firm chair without using your arms 10 times every morning. This simple exercise maintains the exact muscle strength you need for daily activities. Walk around your house for 5 minutes every 2 hours you're awake, because frequent short walks are more beneficial than one longer walk for maintaining leg strength. Use your stairs every day if you have them, even if it's hard. The difficulty is precisely why you need to keep doing it. Try standing up from your chair right now without using your arms at all. Can you do it? If not, or if it's extremely difficult, you've already lost critical strength that needs rebuilding immediately. Don't accept weakness as inevitable aging. Fight back with daily movement starting today, because your legs are literally predicting how many healthy years you have left. Your legs have been trying to warn you about serious health problems that you can still address before they become life-threatening. Every single one of these 7 warning signs is your body's early alert system, giving you time to take action and potentially save your own life. The difference between seniors who thrive in their later years and those who suffer complications isn't luck. It's paying attention to warning signs and acting immediately. Which of these warning signs have you noticed in your own legs? Comment below and share your experience, because your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to finally take action. If this information could help protect someone you care about, share this video with them right now. You might literally save their life. Hit that like button so YouTube shows this critical information to more seniors who need to see it, and subscribe so you never miss health warnings that could make the difference between thriving and just surviving in your golden years.